If you're trying to get your ex back, then texting is one of your best tools. But it's way more difficult when your ex takes forever to respond to your messages. This hurts the flow of conversation and can kill your confidence. So why exactly is it that your ex does take so long to respond? Well, in this video, I'll explain what they're thinking and what you can do about it. I, of course, am Brad Browning, author of the X Factor program and YouTube's most handsome and most intelligent breakup expert. So if you're watching this, then you need my help, so don't leave before liking this video and subscribing to my channel. Now, let's talk about the reasons that your ex is taking forever to reply to your messages. Are they just playing games, or is there something more going on? Well, number one possibility is that they're angry. This is an obvious reason and probably one of the ones that you're worried about most. Your ex may be so angry that they really don't want to speak to you at all, so they're taking a lot of time to respond, either so that they can mask that anger effectively, or to send you a message that they're mad at you and they don't want to talk. Now, this isn't actually as common as the other ones that I'm going to talk about shortly, but if you did something that upset your ex that led to the breakup, or otherwise just treated them badly, then this is the most likely reason that they're taking a very long time to answer your messages. Now, believe it or not, this isn't actually the worst situation to be in after a breakup. If your ex is mad at you, then it means that they still care. It's much easier to win back an angry ex than it is an ex who's moved on and feels nothing towards you at all. The second possibility is that they don't know what to say. Now, breakups can cause a massive change in the dynamic between you and your ex. And in this situation, your ex may not know what to say or how to treat you. This is especially common in scenarios where you and your partner met on a dating app or didn't know one another very well prior to dating. You have no experience communicating as anything other than a couple, so it's no wonder that you're now struggling with communication. You really just don't know what the rules are. And if things feel awkward between you, then this is usually the situation. I'd chalk this up to a lack of common interests. Maybe you two failed to build up rapport outside of specific areas of conversation that are now off limits, like your future together, how much you care about one another, etc. This is one of the hardest situations to overcome because you're trying to build rapport after your relationship has fallen apart, but thankfully there is still hope. Now, if you're looking for specific messages you can send in order to elicit a response from your ex, head over to breakupbrad.com after this video is over and watch my full free video presentation. I'll help you understand what your ex is going through in a bit more depth and how you can break through their walls and start rebuilding the relationship. Again, you can watch that full tutorial for free at breakupbrad.com. Now, the third possibility is that they're afraid you'll convince them to get back together. Now, this is another one that's very obvious once you recognize it. Were you particularly resistant to the breakup when it first happened? Have you tried to change their mind since? Even if you've realized the error of your ways and opted for a less direct approach, the damage is done and they're probably now afraid to engage with you. They think that by taking a while to respond, they'll avoid the risk of getting drawn into a serious, drawn-out conversation or something more serious and dramatic. And this can actually be a good sign because they're not only worried that you'll bring it up, but that you'll be able to succeed and convince them to take you back if they give you the chance. And that means that you're very much still on their mind and in their heart, so definitely don't despair if this is the case. Now, before we move on to number 4 on this list, I want to briefly touch on the importance of no contact. The time shortly after a breakup can be full of confusing mixed signals like this because you and your ex are still caught up in emotional turmoil. Neither of you are sure what you want or how to get it. You know that you have strong feelings for the other person, but that the relationship is seriously damaged, if not broken. So you may say things you don't really mean or do things that you regret because you're overcome by the heartache. And no contact helps you avoid mistakes and misunderstandings during this period by just shutting down contact altogether. I know it can feel impossible, but it really is the best way to allow both of you to process the breakup and get a chance at a fresh start together. If you want more information on no contact and how to use it properly, check the links in the description below for videos on how it works and how you can make it happen in your unique situation. Now let's move on to possibility number 4. They're trying to set boundaries. If your ex is taking a long time to respond and you find that when they do, they're acting cold and businesslike rather than being the warm and inviting person you fell in love with, then chances are they're trying to set boundaries with you. Basically, they're trying to avoid drama and let you know that things are different now and that you have to get used to it. Now, boundaries can actually be good at this point in time because, like no contact, it sets expectations more clearly. So you're less likely to get late night texts about how much they love and miss you, but you're also less likely to have them completely ice you out or tell you that you're a bad person and that they hate you. This is certainly a trade-off that your ex is making, but just know that it doesn't mean that they suddenly have zero feelings for you. Instead, it means that they're making a choice to spare themselves more heartache by pulling away, even if that's not what they really want. Possibility number 5 is your texts are boring. I think after a breakup, we can get so caught up in wanting some love and attention from your ex that we sometimes forget that they have needs and desires too. So instead of asking, why aren't they responding? Ask yourself, have I given them something worth responding to? Often in relationships, we don't have to work too hard in texting conversations because the other person is interested in engaging with us no matter what, and that allows us to have an interesting conversation even if it doesn't get off to a great start. And now that you're not together, you need to reconsider your approach. So ask yourself, why am I sending this message? And what do I hope to get out of this interaction before hitting send? If you can't answer these questions, then don't text your ex. It's that simple. You'll be surprised at how much this changes the dynamic of your conversations with your ex. Now, I'll talk more later in this video about the types of texts that you should be sending during this period. But first, possibility number 6 is that they're over you. Now, this is the one that I know you're worried about, and it is a definite possibility. Maybe they see a text from you and mean to respond, but it slips their mind, and they let a few hours or even a day pass before responding. You're no longer a priority for them because they're simply done with the relationship. I know this is the one you don't want to hear, and I understand why, but I made this video to let you know that while this one is a possibility, it's not the only possibility. The truth is that there are plenty of reasons that your ex may be taking a long time to text you back, and without knowing more, I can't say for certain which one of these you're dealing with, but just know there is always still hope. And if you do want a little more certainty about where you stand with your ex, head over to breakupbrad.com/quiz. The quiz is simple, confidential, and completely free, and it'll tell you what chance you have of getting your ex back. Again, take it for free at breakupbrad.com/quiz. And remember, even though your ex is taking a while, the fact that they're responding to you at all is a good sign. It means that they still have some love for you and they don't want to completely abandon the relationship. So what can you do about it if your ex is taking a long time to respond to your messages? Well, the truth is that there's nothing you can say to convince your ex to respond to you more promptly. So here are a few things that you shouldn't do. You shouldn't tell them that you're upset that they don't respond fast enough. You shouldn't be passive aggressive with them when they don't message you back. You shouldn't send a follow-up text checking in on them. You definitely shouldn't get angry at them for not communicating with you how you'd like. And you shouldn't overcompensate by sending more or longer messages. Now, I can certainly understand why people respond this way. You know, you're frustrated and you want results, but really you're only going to make your ex want to text you less by behaving in this kind of way. So instead, you want to give your ex more reasons to respond to your messages and less reasons to ignore you. So instead of sending hey or trying to get into a deep conversation about the relationship, just say something funny. You know, I'm guessing you know your ex's sense of humor better than most people, so you know how to make them laugh. It can be a funny meme or an inside joke, or even just a reference to a TV show you two watch together. Another approach is to make your ex remember the good times you had together by bringing up a happy memory from the past. This can be a trip you went on together, a meal you shared, a funny story. You have this shared history together, so you need to use it to your advantage. So a text like this can be something like, hey, I just ran into Gregory downtown. We were talking about that time the 4 of us went to LA. I didn't have time to pack, so I wore that Mickey Mouse t-shirt the whole weekend. Remember? Good times. Obviously, you'd have to make this message specific to your relationship, but I think you know what I'm talking about here. And notice that I didn't ask a direct question. This is a great way for your text to come across as less threatening because your ex doesn't actually need to respond in any way, which will make them more comfortable and actually more likely to respond. And even if they don't send you anything back, you'll make them smile and remember a simpler time when the two of you were happy and in love. All right, and that just about does it for this video. If you're looking for more example text messages, again, head to breakupbrad.com and check out my full tutorial video there. And while you're here, please click like and subscribe to my channel as well. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you in the next one.